Hello, Neville.
What's your name?
My name is Paul.
Paul, no.
How are you today?
Yeah, I'm fine, thank you. How did you get here today?
So I drive. No, I drive. Yes. And yourself?
Was the weather all right, or was it awful? Was it slippery?
It was a little. Yes. Did you get the snow yesterday?
Yeah, no, right. This morning, it was just a little bit slippery, yeah. But you're right, okay. It wasn't icy?
Yeah, a little bit. I live up on the top of a hill, and they never put any salt down on the roads. So getting down the hill can be a little bit scary at times. But once you get once you get to the main road, then it's pretty clear.
Oh, right. Is your car small?
No, I have a big 4-wheel drive car, so at least that's a little bit easier.
Oh, wow. Goes along the road all right then.
Yes, and next week I will get the wheels swapped for winter wheels, which will actually make it a lot easier to drive in this sort of weather.
Maybe one day you could go to Canada. You could use your car there in the snow.
Yes, it is very, very good for that, and it has heated seats and a heated steering wheel as well. So it's actually very nice in this weather.
Oh, lovely.
So thank you for coming in today. I do appreciate you taking the time to meet with me. That's very good of you. So again, thank you for that. And just because this is one of my first times of using an interpreter, I'm a little unsure how to do so. And so please, if I get anything wrong or if I'm looking at the wrong person, do let me know.
It's fine, don't worry.
You know, that's actually a big part of the reason why we wanted you to come in today.
Right, okay.
Okay.
So why do you want to learn sort of more sign?
Okay, so the reason is that we've recently hired a new lady into our finance team. Her name is Rose, and she is deaf. So I wanted to make sure two things really. Firstly, that she fits into the team and make sure that we give her everything we can to help her to do her job. And secondly, for the rest of the team, my team here in the UK, I wanted to make sure that they were interacting with her and were able to, you know, make her feel comfortable in the office and be part of the team.
Oh, lovely, yeah. No, that's good fun. You know, showing that you've got good attitude for that deaf person. No, that's really good.
Okay, so maybe the first thing to do would be to explain what the company does, and then you can get an understanding of what sort of things she will be doing, and would that actually then help you to understand what we will need from you?
Okay, yeah. Maybe just, you know, to start, it would just be nice to know how to get a deaf person's attention. You know, just have some deaf awareness, for example. You know, you could go to her and just say, "Oh, are you okay? Is work all right?" Maybe if there's another thing, do you want a drink? Tea or coffee? Or, you know, it's lunchtime. Just simple little basic signs, really, just to start with.
Yes, that's exactly the sort of thing that I was thinking of, that would be nice to make her feel welcome within the team.
Yeah, no, that's good. Just a lovely welcome for her, definitely.
Okay, so the company is actually split into two halves. We have the main company is actually based in Italy, in Rome, and that's where the company was first started. And then they started here in England, in an office in London, about a year ago now. So we have about 10 people here in the UK who are looking after.
That's quite a small company then.
Yes, there's about 70 people in Italy, and then a
Oh
couple.
wow.
Yeah, so it's a little larger, and they've been running for, I think, about 8 years now.
8 years. Oh right, yeah.
So what the company does is tries to make other companies' products better by testing them in the real world with real people. So rather than a company just testing its product with people inside the company, we will do that testing for them using what we call a crowd or crowd testing. And so we do that by, it's all based on the internet, and we will send out a request for people to test the product to do two things. Firstly, to find bugs, if it's a piece of software, an app on your phone, we try to find bugs and then report those back to the company to fix. And secondly, we ask them to fill in like a survey to see how much they enjoyed using that product. And then that feedback we give back to the company. They can then improve their product and hopefully sell more. Does that make sense?
Yeah, no, that's good. That's a good firm, isn't it? To sort of help lots of other firms. It's sort of helping together, really, isn't it? It's like teamwork. No, that's good.
And the best part is, for those people in the crowd who take part in these surveys or in the bug testing, we pay them. We pay them real money for taking part in this testing campaign. And that has then helped them, often they're students or people without work, to actually earn quite a good living. Last year, the highest earning person in Italy actually made 10,000 euros through testing for us.
Wow, that's really good, isn't it?
So, do you get an idea of to what it is that the company does? Rose specifically is in the...
For Rose? Does your firm have a projector?
Yes.
Have a projector?
Yes, we have another meeting room. This is our small one. We have a much larger meeting room which does have a projector in it, so we can do training courses from that meeting room.
All right. So maybe that'd be more helpful if, do you know if Rose can read English well?
Yes, Rose's written is very, very good. And actually that's what she has to do most of the time, is only communicate with our crowd through email. But what I'm keen to do is make sure that she feels comfortable in the team by being able to interact with them. And so that's where I'd like your recommendation of how best I should educate my team, both on deaf awareness of how to have a deaf person in the team, and also, is there some way they can communicate with her better?
Either or both, yeah. So when your firm has meetings, maybe you need to ask for a qualified interpreter to come.
Okay.
If that's expensive, there is another way to do it cheaper, maybe. Because if you have a projector, so before the meeting, maybe they could write down, what's going to happen, and then that could go up on the board. So when the meeting starts, so then Rose can have a little look, and she can read it.
Okay.
You could think about that.
Okay, that's good. And what about using something like Skype? Would that work?
Yeah, you can. But she's going to be signing, isn't she? So if you have a meeting with her and she's on Skype, how are you going to understand that if she's signing?
Okay, that's a good point.
Does she have a, if she has a little bit of a voice, maybe the staff could understand that. If she can speak clearly, that's okay. But, if not, then that's a bit more difficult. Really, so that's why, you'd need good written English, really, so she could read it. Maybe, so it'd be nice if someone could sign to help her though, but if not, then, you really need an interpreter.
Okay.
Yeah, you need to think which.
And then for my team, so that my team would be able to communicate with her better, is there something we could do, very simple training for my team?
Yeah, I mean, if you want, a lot of detail, I mean, there's some basic sign language online, you could watch, you could copy it onto a USB, you could put it on your projector, and then, all the staff could watch that, couldn't they? They would enjoy that. And that would be happy for Rose to see that all the staff, are watching that and signing. That would help them communicate.
Okay.
Or maybe other resources. You could get a poster, up on the wall that has, so for instance, A, B, C, D, E, F, that's finger spelling. You could have another poster that says, hello, how are you, good, bad, good morning, afternoon, evening, bye-bye, things like that. That's it, just to help.
Yeah.
But, just to start.
I like that idea. And Rose has tried to teach some of our team finger spelling, but we haven't got very far yet. Is that something deaf people use a lot? Do they spell with just fingers or not?
No, it's not really a lot. No, it depends. Maybe, there are some deaf people, like an accent, so there's different things. So you might go, oh, maybe you've not seen that sign before. Then you say, oh, can you finger spell that please? So you would finger spell that. So that's useful for that.
Okay. But you think we could learn just a few simple signs like hello and goodbye? That would be achievable. We could teach my team to do that.
Oh, yeah, of course.
And how much time do you think it would take to teach them?
Really, it kind of depends again. Is it, one day a week, not really a full day, maybe an hour, or 10 weeks as a block, or, or you could go on a proper course, but I know there's no time for that really, but 10 weeks maybe, that would be better.
Okay, I think what would probably work well for us is if we could just have maybe a half day, a few weeks in a row, where we would have you come in and maybe spend some time just talking about the Deaf Society and things we should be aware of, and then do some fun type teaching so that we can pick up some signs. Would that work?
I think that's a possibility. If it's the right person, come in and get everyone to interact, I'm sure that would be fine. Yeah.
Yeah, that would be great. And for Rose, is there anything I can provide for her that would help her? Is there any technology that I could give her to help?
Yeah, that would be lovely. I'm not really sure how you could provide. Same again, I think really you need to have a look online to see, what's best, maybe get books or I know in Farnborough Library they have some like books there about deaf issues. I'm not really sure. Maybe I could try and have a little think for you if there's something.
Okay, that would be useful if there's something you can think of that I can do.
Yeah,
and
let you know.
any links to YouTube videos that you could send me, that would help too. And certainly the idea of a
Yeah, you can look. There are plenty of things on YouTube, just online. Just look, you know, what topic do you want, maybe like BSL, basic signs, or what topic do you want, like transport, you know, like how transport signs. There's just loads. It's so varied. There's so much there.
I'm sure there is, and that's why your recommendation, as someone who's clearly been doing this for a long time, would be very valuable.
Okay.
I take it you have been doing this a long time.
Oh, wow. Yeah, no, I've been teaching, 22 years.
Wow.
But now I'm just going to start working again tomorrow. So up through to the summer, I'm thinking that's my last. That's my final one. Because, you know, I'm still working, maybe one-to-one, or, you know, working today, just the odd thing. Or maybe, you know, if a tutor's off ill or on holiday, I'll take over. I don't mind that. But, you know, I've been working for 22 years. But I teach just level 1, but I love it. I love it. Just lots of hearing people coming in, just going, oh no, how? How is he going to communicate? He's deaf, he's a deaf teacher, but it's fine, they all love it. And I help, you know, another person, maybe if it's level 2, level 3, level 6, I help them as well. Maybe if they need help with their clips, students come, I'll help with that as well. Yeah, no, I really enjoy that.
Wow. So you said 22 years, so were you doing something different before this?
Before I retired, I was working as a tailor.
Oh wow.
So for 48 years I did that.
Wow.
I made loads of like royal family clothes.
Really? For anyone I would know?
Oh, well, you know the Queen, every year for her birthday, you know, when she does the troop in the colour, I would make her coat for that.
Really? Wow.
Yeah, no, really. And I'm trying to think, Prince Andrew's wedding, I made a coat for Andrew's coat.
Did you ever meet them?
No, no, never did, not yet. Because I work in this big London company in Savile Row, but I worked in Guildford, so we kind of linked, so yeah. So I think the staff there would then go visit Buckingham Palace, they would do the cutting and the measuring and everything, then they would wrap it up, put my name on it, it would say Neville Jones, and then it would get sent to me, because I got good hands, so they knew that.
Oh, that's a shame you never got to actually meet any of them.
I know. I could have a fake dummy, you know, and put the clothes on and take a picture, but I never thought to do that. I should have done that a long time ago now, but you know, camera, do you remember like the brownie camera with the big bit that pulled out of the front?
Yes, I do. You would have thought at least the Queen would invite you along to a garden party.
Oh, that would have been lovely. No, she never asked me down.
Oh, what a shame. But you said
Yeah.
this...
There's other more famous people as well. Michael Jackson, you know, the singer Michael Jackson, I made a
Yes.
coat for him.
Wow, that's amazing.
Oh, just loads, yeah.
Ten.
King Hussein,
Wow.
do you know him? I made
Yes.
a coat for him. I'll never forget though, all the brass buttons on the front and on the pockets. They cost £1,500. And remember, this was 50 years ago.
Okay. But then he could afford it.
Yeah, of course.
Yes. So you said that you retired and started doing this, and now you're going to retire again.
Yes, next year.
Have you got some...
Next year I will be 83. So
You don't look it.
Oh, thank you.
Have you got plans for your next retirement?
Oh, we're going to carry on playing golf.
Yeah?
Yeah, driving. And I've got 4 children, 2 children that live in this area and 2 that live in Gloucester. 2 that live in Gloucester as well. So I drive to visit them.
Okay. So it'd be nice to spend some more time with them.
Of course.
And do some travelling?
Holiday, where have I been? I've been to America twice. Once I went to Las Vegas.
Wow.
All the gambling, wow. I just can't believe my eyes. Everywhere. You know, like in the hotels, you go inside the big machines, just everywhere. Wow.
Did you win any money?
No, just a little bit. Just wanted to see the culture really, but just people are just crazy, aren't they?
Yes. Well, I went to Las Vegas and I won a wife. My wife and I got married when we were in Las Vegas on holiday.
Oh wow. Las Vegas is famous for Elvis Presley, isn't it? Isn't there like a wedding, Elvis Presley wedding or something? Is that what you did?
Yes, he was at my wedding and it was the real Elvis Presley. He was fat and he had the outfit and he sang. So yes, he was at my wedding.
Oh, lovely.
So out of interest, when you're in America, do Americans speak the same sign language?
Well, mostly, but their alphabet is different. They just do it with one hand, so it's like this, A, B, C. Here, we do A, B, C.
Ah, okay.
And over there, they do A, C, C.
Okay.
Just all with one
All
hand. Some signs are similar, and some signs are completely different.
Really?
But you can communicate really through gestures. You know, you can slowly pick it up. Same with the Europe, Germany, Spain, whatever. It's all different signs. Similar, really, with your voices. You know, they're all different in different countries, aren't they?
Yes, very much so. So again, Italy, where part of my company is based, there would be Italian sign language.
Yeah, no, definitely.
Yeah, I hadn't thought of that before, that there would be different versions in different countries.
Yeah, no, true, different. Really more easy to meet foreign people sort of coping through gestures, definitely. Yeah, so it's more gestures.
Because I really struggled to learn new languages. My wife is much better at it, and so she's learning Spanish and is already up to the 2nd level of that, where I'm still stuck with my first hellos and goodbyes in Italian. That's about as far as I seem to be able to get.
Why is she learning Spanish as well?
I think the main reason is we go on holiday quite a lot to America as well, and we lived in California for 3 years, and they get a lot of people from Mexico in California, and we go to Florida.
Do they all speak Spanish language there?
Not everybody in California, but it's quite a high number of people come over the border from Mexico and they speak Spanish. And likewise, when we're in Florida, it has quite a heavy population that have come up from South America. And then the other place we really like to go is the Canary Islands. And obviously that's part of mainland Spain. So everybody there speaks Spanish. And it's nice to be able to ask her to translate the menu for me when we're trying to work out what flavour pizza to have.
Yeah, right. Do you like Florida? You like it there?
Yes, we like Florida a lot. I can't remember how many times we've been now, but my eldest child, who is now 18 years old, I think has been every year except for maybe 2 or 3. So I think we've probably been there 15 times or more now. Yeah, we really like America, and my wife and I keep talking about maybe one day moving there. If we could find a way to stay, I think we probably would, and that would get us out of this terrible cold English snow, rain weather.
Yeah, true. So if you decided to move to America, would it be difficult to get a visa?
It is quite difficult. When I lived out in California, it was back in 1997, I think it was, we moved out. It was a little bit easier then, and I had a company that got me my visa. Now it would actually be much harder to get out there, and again I'd have to find a company that would pay for the visa. Otherwise, you can move out if you have a lot of money and can start your own company there. Then there's a way to do it. Otherwise, you can really only go for 3 months at a time, as it's a bit like being just on holiday. So it's quite hard to move out there.
Maybe you could write a nice letter to Mr. Trump.
Yeah,
Would that be good?
He's not too keen on people coming in from other countries, though. Although he's a little bit more of a fan of England, because he likes to tell people that his mother was from Scotland. Have you thought about going to Florida? Because they play.
Right, yeah, no.
Have you thought about going to Florida? Because obviously they have a lot of golf in Florida.
Oh, yeah. What, there's lots of golf there, really?
It is very, very popular there. They reckon there's, I think, the largest number of golf courses of any state are all in Florida. And a lot of American people, when they retire, they move to Florida just as they can have the warmth.
Oh, yeah, no, that's right. I know lots like to play golf and go there, yeah. Yeah, no, you're right.
So it's one of those things that maybe we look forward to in the future, that one day we could play golf out there together.
Yeah. Right. I don't have enough money.
You might have to work for a bit longer before you retire again.
Right, yeah.
So just moving back to Rose then, and the training that I want to do for her. If we do go ahead with this, I would like to make it as much fun as possible. And so maybe you could think of some games. I was thinking, some of my team are quite young, but I also have some older people in the team. So if you can think maybe how you would best like to structure that.
Maybe we could start, with the poster, with the finger spelling.
Yeah.
So then all the staff could be confident with that. So then we can play a game like, what's your name, and for instance, I could say Annie, and the next person can go, why name? And they go like, what? What do you mean, why? Yeah, name's got the why, maybe. Or maybe go back, so name, Paul, and the next person would go at the end letter L, okay. So then they could do like Lauren, and then the next person has to do something that starts with an N, and maybe go round, just something like that. Just loads of different games.
Okay, that sounds like a good idea. I certainly want to make sure that everybody in the team feels like it's fun and it's not like unpleasant for them.
It'd be good sort of for them communication. Yeah, you don't want them to feel left out or anything. You want everyone to enjoy it, right, and everyone to love it and to love coming to work. Yeah, you don't want them to be like, oh, Mill, I'm going to stay at home because it's boring. You want everyone to be feel involved and excited, and oh, I love going to work.
Exactly. And I'm very keen that Rose feels part of the team, so I'd want her to join in these sessions as well. And obviously, might be actually a little easier for her, and then maybe she can help the rest of the team when they're struggling.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Maybe Rose can, help the staff sign.
Yeah, and it.
No, I'm sure she will. Is she very confident, or not really?
She is. She's only been with us a week now, so I think she will be more confident when she's been with us a little longer. I think she will get more confidence, and that's why I want to make sure that it's fun, so that she really feels part of the team.
Yeah, no, that's really important. You're right.
Especially because a large part of the company is based in Italy, and so we already have some language barriers between the Italians and the English, and I wouldn't want there to be another one for her to break down.
Yeah, no, you're right.
So
how many phones is it, did you say?
So it's in two parts, with the main company based in Rome, in Italy, and then with a new part of the company here in the UK, and then
in London, yeah?
In London, that's right. It's sort of in the north section of London.
Whereabouts? Do you know the name of the place?
So it's just up from the Bank tube station.
Bank tube station. Well, it's quite a busy tube station, isn't it?
It is very busy. At the end of the day, when you try to come home, it's one of those tube lines that is packed full. It's not nice. I don't go into the office very often for just that reason. I tend to work from home a lot. But Rose lives in London, so it's very easy for her. Yeah.
Oh, it's easy for her, yeah.
Yeah, that's much easier for her.
How many times a week then do you travel to London?
I try to make it just the 1 or 2 times, and I then sometimes visit some of our customers. But fortunately, one of my customers is actually based nearer my house, and I get to drive there rather than take the train, and that's much nicer.
Oh, that's good, yeah.
Yes, much nicer.
Yeah, lovely.
And then the manager of the company, who is based in Italy, he is just about to start up an extension to the company in Germany, so that we can expand the company further into Europe. So the plan is to make the company quite a lot larger.
Oh wow, that'd be good. So you know this whole thing with Brexit, is
Yes.
that going to be a problem? You know what's happening with that?
Yes, we don't think it will be a problem, because the UK company is a UK company in its own right, and the crowd that we use for testing are based here in the UK as well. The only thing that might change is if we have our manager travel over from Italy. It might make it a little harder for him, but personally, I don't think it's really going to change very much at all. If it actually happens.
You don't think, hope not, yeah.
No, I don't think so. And for me, I don't think it will make any difference for me.
Oh, right, okay. That's good.
Yeah. So, I've asked you lots of questions. Did you have any other questions you wanted to ask me today?
What's your hobby when you don't go to work? What do you do?
Well, as I say, I have 2 children. They take up quite a lot of my time. And one of the things we like to do together.
How old are your children?
So the eldest is 18 and the youngest is now 14. But they're both very tall. My eldest is taller than me and I'm 6'2". And the
So how tall is he then?
about 6'4". And the youngest is catching him up very quickly. So we'll probably...
Is he catching you up?
Yes, he is already taller than my wife. But we like cycling together. So when the weather's not this cold, we like to get out cycling.
Oh, of course, yeah.
Yeah. So I think we've pretty much covered everything. Oh, sorry.
What does your wife like? What's her hobby?
So she, as I say, she likes to learn Spanish, and she has done some horse riding, and she likes to go to the gym whenever she can, which is not as often as she would probably like. And then we all like to go to the cinema together. Yeah, so that keeps us pretty busy.
Do you want to go? Are you going to Florida again this year?
Yes, we will. I think it is August this year that we're going.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
So we're looking forward to that.
How long for?
A little bit longer. We normally go out for 2 weeks, but this year we're going to do, I think it's 17 days, just because that's where the cheaper flights were. It's in the school summer holidays, and they can be quite expensive.
Yeah, so you said you've been about 15 times. Do you stay in the same place every year, or do you go to different places?
Different places. We mostly go to the east side of Florida, which is where the Disney parks are. But last year we went to the west coast of Florida, a place called Tampa, and that's where a lot of the Americans go on holiday.
Oh, good, yeah, yeah. Do you like the fast food in America?
We do like the fast food in America. Yes, very much. I very much like the food.
I remember when we went to America, when we went to Las Vegas, there were 4 of us, 4 deaf men, and we were like, what do you want? Do you want pizza? So I asked for a small pizza. Another one said, oh, no small. So we ordered 4 small pizzas, and the server brought them, and they were like this big. I was like, what? But I asked for a small. No, that is the small. What?
Yes.
We could have just shared one, really, just rather than getting 4.
Yes, I know. It is very much like that. That's why you have so many fat Americans.
Right, yes, no, you're right there.
Right, so conscious of your time today, I want to thank you again for coming in to meet with me. I do appreciate it.
It's been lovely to meet you.
I'm looking forward to you starting with us as soon as we can arrange the time, and you can help us to become better acquainted with the way in which we should incorporate Rose within our team. So thank you for that, Neville.
Okay,
I appreciate
thank
it.
you.
Thank you. And thank you, Annie, for signing today.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Over now.
Yes.
Over now, I think.
Yes.